You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Y&R fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I have got your early edition spoilers for Young and the Restless. These are for the week of November 13th through 17th. There's some really interesting stuff to unpack for you, and I can't wait to dig into it and tell you what's happening on the front burner storylines. If you have not already, please reach down and click subscribe so you don't miss any of our Y&R updates. And just real quick, I'm going to run down for you the spoilers for the rest of this week, only because those are important for context for next week's spoilers. Let's take a look at these. On Wednesday, we've got just all kinds of stuff happening. So Danny is trying to balance out relationships with both Christine and Phyllis. Phyllis is being nasty, calling Christine the bug, but also telling him how much she's changed and she's going to try meditation. And what I hear from Phyllis is talk about her changing. What I don't see from Phyllis is actual change. And of course, the big news for Wednesday is that Chancellor is shot. He is in the hospital. He's not looking good. There's no ventilator on him, but the bandage looks like it's in his shoulder or lung or something. And this is not the first time he's been shot. You know, he was almost blown up. He's just having a really rough go. And Sharon is going to rush in and at Crimson Lights and reveal that he's been shot. And Summer Newman is there having a little meeting with Chloe and Chelsea. Chloe, by the way, quits Marchetti. She's like, can't do it. I want to be with Sally. Chelsea's not liking that, but there's not much she can do about it. So that leads into the scenes coming where Summer and Sharon both make a beeline for the hospital, but Summer actually is going to beat her there. So that is interesting stuff ahead. And also on Thursday, Christine's going to set up some boundaries with Danny. Kind of interesting. And Nate disagrees with Victoria. That's kind of an interesting spoiler because they had a much worse disagreement on Wednesday, because we find more out about Victor firing him. Victor, says that Nate was planning to check him into a mental hospital, and he thinks that against his will, and he thinks Nate was going to try and take over the CEO seat. And so he's fired, he walks out, and he's furious. Victoria follows him. And she's like, oh, I can fix this. And Nate's like, the Newman DNA is all through you, and it's bad. It's bad genes. You did not stand up for me with your dad. You didn't defend me. You just let him crucify me. And no, I don't want to talk to you. Then he ignores her messages, and he instead makes a play to talk to Devon and Lily. He's clearly going to try and head back over to Chancellor Winters. So I feel like their argument may continue on Thursday. Victoria is so mad at her dad, but she really enjoys having Nate in her bed. I don't know what she's going to do, if it's going to be the job or the hunk. We'll see. Then on Friday, November 10th, we have Daniel getting romantic with Lily. That's great, but we also know Christel Khalil is leaving soon, and Daniel's ex is back in Genoa City, and she doesn't have a place to live. I feel like he might offer her a spot to live at his apartment. We'll find out about that. But there's some kind of fracture coming because Crystal's leaving for maternity leave, which means Lily is going to have to leave town. And I don't know if it's something to do with Chancellor Winters. We'll see. But I am worried about the fate of this relationship. Also on Friday, Phyllis considers her options. I don't know if this is something about her deciding to fight Christine for Danny. I mean, I know they're resurrecting this dusty, musty love triangle that not one fan that I've seen comment here is interested in seeing, but I don't think Josh Griffith cares what we want to see. The head writer is writing what he wants to see, apparently, and boo to that is all I will say. So on Friday, we've got Sharon and Summer bickering over Chance while he's lying there unconscious. Summer is there and she tells him while he's conked out that she has feelings for him, that, this scare has forced her to come clean, although I don't know if he's awake for any of this. And Sharon overhears it, and I think she's going to tell her to kick rocks and get out of there. That's her boyfriend, and I think Summer's going to be like, I want him. We'll see. I kind of think it'd be fun if Chance woke up in the middle of this battle where they are arguing over him. I mean, that's got to make a man feel good to have two beauties, one his mom's age and one not, fighting over him. So now let's talk about what is coming the week of November 13th through 17th. Nick is at a crossroads, is what the spoiler says. I feel like this is both personal and professional because he is so focused right now on his hatred for Adam that he's just constantly in this butthurt tantrum of puffy-toed bad behavior. And you guys know I love Joshua Morrow. I just think the writing for Nick has been just lame, and it's making him unlikable. And that's been going on really since they hooked him up with Sally, because we know the whole thing with Sally was a revenge romance to try and keep her away from Adam. His whole modus operandi for the past 9 months to a year has been, what can I do to make Adam's life worse? And I'm tired of it. He's just been a petty Betty. And I know that Victor wants Nick back at Newman Enterprises. So that's the professional crossroads that he's at. He's got the opportunity to keep working with Sharon at her company. And he has, of course, New Hope, his charitable foundation. I just don't think he's going to come back to Newman. But we'll see. And, Sally is getting naked with Adam again. I think she has realized that Nick isn't the right guy for her. And maybe he was hoping she'd chase him down and beg and beg and beg and say she'd never talk to Adam again. And then he could say, okay. That's not happening. So he's at a personal crossroad. Sharon, it seems, might be single soon. And I just feel like Nick and Sharon are what they're setting up for us. We'll find out. Victor slaps the family with an ultimatum. Here's what I'm hoping this means. I kind of hope that Victor gives Adam the CEO job because Adam passed his test, the test of loyalty, and Victor's very pleased with him. Nick is having his pouty tantrum, and I think he's going to turn down his dad's job offer. Victoria is off the range. She is so mad that her dad fired Nate. And I wonder if he is going to either put Adam in as CEO or put him in as maybe the co-CEO and tells the rest of the family, live with it or else. We'll see. That's what I'm hoping that ultimatum is, but I don't know for sure. We have Jill confronting Tucker next week. And of course, Tucker bankrolled Mamie to buy Victor's shares in Chancellor Winters, and that's causing Jill a lot of problems. Tucker says this is about Devon, but who knows with him? He's got so many irons in the fire, so many petty agendas going at once that there's no telling. I did think it was really shocking and sweet the other day after Tucker argued with Ashley and he walked outside and he's crying, and I was like, "Aw, Tucker, you really love her." And then I thought, but then why was he also banging Audra, for most of this time? He hopped right back into bed with her the other day. He was sleeping with her when he first started sleeping with Ashley again. And I don't even know. Maybe they haven't shown us. Maybe we're going to get one of those dumb flashbacks of theirs to show us that Tucker and Audra never stopped sleeping together. I mean, pretty buff for a guy his age. I wouldn't kick him out of bed for eating crackers. All right. Mamie defends Nate next week. So there is a spoiler article in the next to the last edition of Soap Opera Digest. They're about to roll up their carpets and only operate on the website. So if you've got a subscription, if your subscription is digital, they're going to switch it over to Woman's World magazine. It's one of those supermarket tabloid things that's masquerading as a woman's magazine. And, one of those like 9 ways to lose 5 pounds by tomorrow morning, those kind of magazines. Anyway, they're going to automatically convert you over to a Woman's World subscription unless you demand a refund. So if you don't want a subscription to that, or you already have it, go demand your refund. But anyway, Lily and Devon are seriously considering letting Nate come back to Chancellor Winters. It's kind of nuts, but Mamie has been on them a whole lot about family harmony and has been pushing them to take Nate back into the fold. I don't personally think she's taking his betrayal seriously enough, but it's up to them, and I think that's going to happen, and unless for some reason Victoria and Nate decide to start their own company, like Ashley and Tucker were talking about doing. We'll see. I will have a full roster of Young and the Restless spoilers for you guys later this week, along with 2-week spoilers, casting news, all the latest news and info you need about your favorite CBS soap opera. Until then, please click subscribe so you don't miss any of our Young and the Restless updates. Drop your comments on what you're excited to see happen. Do you want Victor to offer Adam the CEO seat? Do you want to see Victoria leave Newman Enterprises? Which woman do you think Chance should wind up with, Sharon or Summer? And what do you think Nick is going to do next? Let us know in the comments. Come back soon for more on Y&R. I'm here talking soaps with you guys 7 days a week. This has been Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.